Good morning. We're going to start our day with this energizing and calming practice. It's just going to take 10 to 15 minutes and it's going to set us up with some energy for the rest of the day. To start in a comfortable seated position, if cross legs is comfortable for you, that's great. Might be better to pop a cushion or a block under your bum to elevate your hips a little bit. Just find somewhere where you can sit and take some nice cleansing breaths just to start the practice. As you breathe in, think about bringing that pranic energy, the breath, into your body. And as you breathe out, think about dropping your shoulders down, letting go of anything that you want to leave behind this morning. In with energy, out with tension. A few more breaths here together. Amazing stuff. Now we're going to take ourselves over onto a hands and knees position. Just making sure that we've stacked our shoulders and wrists, shoulders, elbows, wrists in one line, and then your knees and your hips in one line. Nice neutral spine. And we're going to take it through some cat-cow stretches. So just think about dropping your chest through your shoulders, bum up into the air, arching your back and looking up gently, breathing in. And then as you breathe out, round through the spine, separate your shoulder blades out, push the mat away, looking down towards your knees or your navel. Breathing out. And then inhale to come through to that cow stretch again. Exhale to arch your spine like a cat. One more round of these here. And bring it back to a neutral spine. We're just going to take our right hand off the mat, lift your right hand all the way up to the sky. Quite a deep twist for this early in the morning, so don't worry too much about how high up that arm goes. And then as you exhale, bring the arm through under your left arm. Find yourself in a thread the needle position. Really thinking about pushing your right fingertips away from you to find that deep stretch into your shoulder. And then on an inhale, push through your left hand to bring yourself all the way back up into that tabletop position. We'll do the same on the other side. So lift your left fingers up high towards the ceiling or towards the sky. And then as you exhale, swoop that hand through under your right shoulder. Find the ground with your left shoulder. Find the mat with your left cheek. Breathing here, feeling that nice stretch through the spine, through the sides of your body. Then push yourself back up, push through your right hand. Replace your left hand on the mat. Maybe take your hands a little bit further forward. We're just going to tuck the toes. And as you inhale, switch on through the core muscles and just lift your knees off the mat and just hover here, taking a few breaths, using the strength in your core, pushing through your hands to hold yourself in place. And then let an exhale bring your hips up high. Heels can come down towards the mat. They don't have to reach the mat. The knees can be bent here if you need to be. I just want you to feel that you've got straight lines from your wrists all the way up to your hips, and then from your hips, pushing them up into the sky, aiming your heels down to find that deep stretch through the back of the legs. And then soften through the knees, look towards the front of the mat, and we're going to take a slow walk up to the front of the mat. Hands can stay on the ground or you can lift them up, whatever you need to do here. And then find a ragdoll stretch, grabbing hold of opposite elbows. Hang your head down between your shoulders here. And then on an inhale, root down through the soles of your feet. Let your hands hang down and uncurl yourself. Slowly, slowly bringing yourself all the way up to standing. Arms can come up high, hands overhead. And then gather your hands in at heart center. Find your mountain pose here. Feet can be hip distance apart if that's more comfortable. Feel the ground through your feet. Roll your shoulders back down your spine and just take some deep cleansing breaths here. Finding some stillness in the pose. We're going to start to build a little bit of heat here. So on an inhale, take our arms up high overhead. And on an exhale, you're going to hinge from the hips and you're going to bend your whole body forward, finding the forward fold. On an inhale, place your hands on your shins, straighten through your legs, straighten through your spine, find a flat back position. And then on an exhale, find the ground again with your hands. And we're going to take our right foot to the back of the mat. Drop the knee down. Sweep the arms up high into a low lunge, Anjaneyasana. Breathing in, feeling the stretch through both sides of your body. Grounding down through the top of the back foot and the sole of the front foot. Feeling the strength through your thighs. And then exhale, bring your hands down to the mat. Tuck the back toe. We're going to take the front foot to the back, left foot to the back. Find your plank position here and hold for a couple of breaths. And gently exhale, drop your knees to the mat. Bring your belly down, followed by your chest. Maybe your head to the floor. Then inhale, grip the mat with your fingertips, roll your shoulders back, lift yourself up into a small back bend here, baby cobra. Before exhaling, back down to the mat. Tuck your toes, bring yourself back up through your knees, back to your downward facing dog. Find some stillness here in down dog, feeling the stretch all along backs of your legs. Feeling your shoulders wrapping around the back of your body, pushing the mat away here. Inhale, soften through the knees, look to the front of the mat, and again take that slow walk to the front. Find that ragdoll pose here, bending deeply through the knees if you like, thinking about belly meeting thighs. Hanging your head down, your ears should be between your biceps. And then inhale, uncurl yourself all the way up. High mountain, hands can meet at the top. Maybe you can find a little back bend there if you want to. And then bring your hands through to heart center, mountain pose. And we'll go on the other side. So inhale, hands up high. Exhale, hinge forwards, find your forward fold. Inhale to halfway. Exhale, hands find the mat. This time your left foot's going to go back. Drop the back knee. Sweep the hands up, arms up high. Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Really pushing upwards with both hands here, feeling the stretch through the sides of your body. And then hands can come down to the front of the mat. Tuck the back toes, send the right foot back, find your plank pose here. And then on an exhale, drop to your knees. Bring your thighs down, belly, chest. This time we're going to put both hands out in front so your elbows are under your shoulders, hands are flat on the ground. And just protecting your lower back. Doesn't have to be too much of a massive back bend here. Just roll your shoulders back slightly, tilt your chin up and find your Sphinx pose. Close your eyes here and take a few breaths in and out. Squeeze your glutes together. Think about your hip bones grounding into the mat. And then exhale, drop your head, bring your hands back under your shoulders, tuck your toes, push yourself up to your knees, back up to your downward facing dog. Find some breaths here. Inhale, come up onto your toes, soften through your knees and walk yourself all the way up to the front of the mat again. Exhale to fold deeply. You can bend your knees here. And then root to rise down through the feet to lift the arms up high, hands up overhead. Maybe a little back bend looking up towards your thumbs. Bring your hands through to heart center. And we're going to find a chair pose. So take your arms up high, soften through the knees. Take your bum down as though you're sitting on that invisible chair behind you. Hold it here. Bring your hands through to heart center. And then take a little bit of trust here. We're going to come down, 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 further through into this kind of squat position. And eventually we're going to find the ground. Beautiful. Find yourself in a seated position. Knees up towards the ceiling, feet flat on the mat. And all we're going to do is bring ourselves down as slowly as possible with control, using our core muscles here to take ourselves down onto the ground. Bring your knees up, feet flat on the mat. And we're just going to take some easy twists. So take both knees over to the right side. Get your arms out to the side, looking out over your left shoulder. Take some inhales and exhales here. And then let your inhale take your knees up to center, all the way over to the left side. Now you're looking out over your right shoulder. Your knees back up to center. Hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a squeeze. And then take your legs out long, arms down by your side. We're going to find some rest here in Shavasana, just for 1 minute. Make sure you do make use of this time though. Draw your eyes to a close. Allow your breath to settle. Try and focus on the sound of my voice, the movement of your breath and your chest rising and falling. Maybe tune into anything in the background. Just allowing your thoughts to arrive and then leave again. Not focusing on any particular thought. Start to introduce some gentle movement back in through your fingertips and through your toes, just having a little wriggle here, and maybe some bigger movements through your wrists and through your ankles. Bring your arms up high overhead, point the fingers away from you, point your toes away from you, stretch as you inhale. And then as you exhale, bring your knees into your chest, give yourself another little squeeze. And then bring yourself up to a seated position. However you get there is fine, keeping your eyes closed if you can. Find yourself back in that cross-legged position at the top of the mat. Take 3 rounds of breath together here to send us on our way for the rest of the day. So inhale, bring your hands up high overhead. Meet your hands together at the top, and then as you exhale, gather all of that energy in towards center. 2 more breaths here. Inhale. Exhale, thinking of gathering all of that energy in towards you. The last one here. Inhale. When you get to the top, pause, hold the breath, and then sip in maybe a little more breath before releasing it as a sigh all the way through to heart center. Drop your head to your hands. Give yourself a moment of gratitude for spending this time on yourself this morning. I hope your day brings you everything you need and deserve. Thank you.